My name is Deni and I've ran over 1,000 Tinder accounts across the world. So in this video, I'll be showing you the best places you can meet and date women on a global scale. So we have our tier list over here, as you can see, all the way from S to I. Obviously S being the best and I being the worst. Let's start with America. So obviously one of the most common places, it's a little bit of a hit or miss. You know, it's one of those things where it could, work really well and it could work really badly. So with America, it kind of depends on what state you're from, right? If you're obviously, in Miami, bro, you're gonna be slaying. Like, there's so many degenerate women, there's so many slags there, there's so many it's gonna be fine. And let's say if you're in a place where there's like ASU frat dorms or whatever the garbage there is, you're also gonna be slaying. And if you go to Orange County, you're also going to be slaying as well. So it comes down to the big states, right? If you go to the big states like New York or I don't know, Boston, for example, we had a guy in Boston who actually got a free time working with us. I'll show you that real quick, as you can see. But yeah, honestly, it depends where you're from in America. If you live in the big states, you're gonna slay. America is pretty good. But let's say you're from let me just change the color to black for this. Let me just do this real quick for you. But let's say you're from one of these retarded states, bro. Like, what the like, you live in the middle of bum nowhere. Like, like, you're not getting here, bro. The only thing you're gonna see is wild animals. Then yeah, of course, in America, you're not gonna get any girls. So with America, it comes down to the state. I could literally do a whole video on all of the states in America for dating, to be honest with you, but for the sake of the video, we're just going to say America, mate. But yeah, like America, I'm going to put it in A tier. The reason why I did not put it in S tier is because it's a very big hit or miss for the states. Depending on where you're at in America, you can slay, and if obviously you're not in a good place or state for dating women, then yeah. So if you want like higher maintenance bitches, I would go to Orange County. That's pretty fucking good for that. If you want those like in model tier girls that are hard to deal with, I don't think a lot of guys want that. If you want to get in Miami that look hot and are pretty easy, go to Miami. Straightforward as that one. If you want girls that are very easy, normal looking, go to Boston. They literally on the first date. So the guy that literally had the threesome in Boston, he literally pulled that off in a matter of like 2 or 3 dates. Really easy. New York, very fast paced dating. Literally Hinge is king there. If you didn't know that, try Hinge in New York. So yeah, as long as you're in the big states, you're gonna be slaying, and that's why I put it in A tier. Moving on to the next one, Spain. So we had a guy called Julian that worked with us in Spain. Spain is actually really good, I'll be honest with you. I like Spain. Spain is pretty elite. We had a guy called Julian that we worked with, right? Let me just grab some stuff from his results. We pretty much got him some of the most ridiculous results known to man. Like, it got to a point where we could barely keep up with the girls, as you can see. We literally started rating the girls like on a scale of 1 through 10 on attraction. Spain is phenomenal for dating. Now, I know there's different parts to Spain, this and that, like Mallorca and, in Tenerife and whatever, right? There's different islands. But as a whole, Spain is pretty sick, as you can see. Like, the results you can get there is pretty crazy, and not just in dating apps as well, but you can get girls in nightlife as well, as you can see from our boy Julian, right? He slayed. He literally was at a point where he was running out of sleeping with women, as you can see. It's pretty crazy. Honestly, Spain is really good. I'm gonna put this in S tier. Even ugly guys, they can slay in Spain. Like, we had this guy called I forgot his name. Let me just show you his chat real quick. This is a shout as well. So we had this guy called Leon that we worked with. If you just put the screenshot of his account, he had 99 plus likes in Spain within like a couple of hours, and he's 40 years old, and literally we made his account as well on one of our other videos. He did phenomenally well, right? He's done phenomenally well, and that should go to show that even if you're unattractive, you can slay in Spain. Like, Spain is fucking easy. Anyway, so yeah, Spain, S tier. Moving on, we have Poland. Another fucking great one. I fucking love Poland, I'll be honest with you. Poland is really good. I remember the first time I had a Poland client, from Poland. I made his account and he literally fucking got, results within a couple of hours. I remember I turned to Max, I was like, bro, this guy has results, literally 99 plus likes in 2 hours. Like, what the that? He had 99 plus likes literally within a couple of hours. If you just put that on screen, his account did insane. Like, it's ridiculous. And Polish girls is really hot as well in general. It's just one of those crazy things that works so goddamn well. Let me actually show you. So as you can see, this is obviously Vic's chat with us, and you saw his Tinder account. Look at how often we got him dates. We got him like an average of 3 dates a day. Like, it was pretty lethal. So we pretty much crushed it on him for Tinder. He literally dominated. And we had another guy called Alex, we'll just call him Alex for the video. He had pretty crazy results as well. Let me show you Alex's results. That guy was actually from America, and he went out of his way to pretty much go to Poland just to date women. Continue on. So yeah, Poland is crazy. People literally go out of their fucking way to go there. Like, it's pretty sick. Now for Poland, however, I'm not going to put it in S tier, and you're probably wondering why. And that's because I think it belongs in A tier because there's a lot of gold diggers there, and if you obviously, go to Poland, all these girls are going to expect you to have like a little bit of money, this and that, especially if you're a Westerner. So bear that in mind, you will run into gold diggers. And then we had another guy called Peter as well, who had a really good experience working with us, as you can see over here. Just put his testimony of him flicking through the 99 plus likes.
All right. This even here, top picks.
I mean, bro, that's what I'm saying.
So that's another younger guy that we had in Poland who did really well, and therefore that means I will place Poland in A tier. The reason why I'm placing in A tier is because I would say Poland is great for dating, but the girls are a little bit too conservative to a point where, trying to have easy one-night stands is trickier. It definitely does put that off. So, we're going to have to obviously put that in A tier because of that. And then that takes us to our next bad boy, Sweden. So Sweden is a little bit of a hidden gem. I don't think a lot of people know much about Sweden. It's typically gonna, have like the blonde hair, blue-eyed. It's the dream country, right? I have a guy currently based in Sweden right now, as a matter of fact, as you can see over here. He's got over 1,000 likes. He's crushing it on there. It's pretty crazy. If you go to Stockholm, you're gonna get a lot of sexy girls. It's fucking brilliant. Like, if you just want to get easy sex, blue hair, blonde eye, this is the place to go. It's so good for that sort of effect, and you just get really ridiculous results. Like, thousands of likes is very attainable in this, and as you can see, I could just scroll forever. And this guy, bear in mind, is literally 28 years old, and he's getting results like this with actually good looking girls as well. So for all the guys out there who are wondering whether their age, body clock, or whatever's over, it's not. You can still slay. I would put Sweden in A tier again, because Sweden is just so good. It's just dependent on what kind of girls you like. I'd say the only problem with Sweden is the girls are a little bit more bitchy. I kind of don't like that. I like girls who are a little bit more outgoing. They're a little bit more cold-hearted. So yeah. Moving on to our next one, Switzerland. Switzerland is interesting. So Switzerland does have hot girls, right? Like the typical blue hair, blonde eyes again, but even more crazy looking. But the problem is that they are high maintenance. So why is that a problem? Well, basically, you're going to have to spend a fuck ton of fucking money to try and shag these girls, because Deni, Jordan Belfort, and Wolf of Wall Street lifestyle has led these girls to believe that they need to be spoiled with Birkin bags. No one wants to do that. But there are some hot girls there. I'll give it to them. It's a great place. I've had a few accounts around there, but generally speaking, avoid that place if you aren't made of money. It's filled with girls that are high maintenance. Just stay well clear of it. So coming at number 6, we have the Netherlands. So then obviously with Netherlands, it depends where you're from, right? If you're in Amsterdam, you're going to be slaying, as you can see on screen, some live texting clips from the past with my clients' accounts in the Netherlands. They did exceptionally well. So yeah, that was really good. The girls do tend to ghost a fair bit there though, and they do fall off. The girls are also a little bit more conservative again. So texting them sexually is a lot harder. Then the next thing as well, it's a little bit more of a girlfriend-oriented country. We actually had a guy that got a girlfriend. His name was, I'm not going to say his name, but we'll just call him Jay. As you can see over here, he got a nice girlfriend from that as well, as you can see on screen. And overall, I'd say the experience is pretty good in the Netherlands, but due to the fact that there's some ugly girls there on a pretty high scale, and it's a big cost of a mix, I'm going to put it in B tier, because that's just what I think is appropriate. It's just not as good as the others. Then we have the next one coming in at Germany, Max's home country and homeland. He is Irish, but he also lives in Germany. He's also German, right? So, we're going to be using him as the example for this. Max went to Germany and he smashed like 6 girls in a week, and he doesn't even know their names. He literally went on Hinge and dominated. But Max's results don't count, right, guys? Because works with me as part of the team. Is kind of like using an unfair example, as a lot of you babies were complaining like, oh, Max shouldn't be used for an example because he's Chad. Bro, he's someone that works with me. Of course I'm going to use his shit, bro. He's a part of the business and the team, bro. So shut the up. Anyways, so let's go. Germany, I would say, is pretty solid. It's conservative. That's the only downside. Again, why do these girls make it so hard to come on, make it easy. So yeah, Germany's downside is it is a bit conservative, but it's not bad for dating. You can get some good relationships out of it. As you can see, we had this guy over here, who's pretty much got some good results. As you can see, he did use our Photoshop pictures without AI. AI is the new future. I'll show you a little bit of a clip of obviously something quite funny that he sent us. I'm going to mute the clip because it is inappropriate for YouTube. But yeah, this is what he sent us. Pretty crazy, I'll be honest with you. Yeah, so that's the kind of shit our clients send us. Anyways, got a little bit sidetracked there. So we're going to put Germany in B tier for that reason, because the girls there are obviously, you know, conservative, hard to pull, and they're not that hot. Now, moving on, we have France. Okay, so this is obviously the next one up on the list. I think we're at like number 7 or some shit. Obviously, you know, we have the Frenchies. So we had a few guys in Paris. I'll be honest with you, it's not the best in the world. It's all right. You can get some girls out of it, but again, the girls are a little bit too conservative to the point where it's a bit crazy. So it does make short-term sex hard. I'd say only go to Paris if you want to do night game, right? If you want to do night game, you will slay in Paris. I mean, we had a guy who's actually went to Paris recently. As you can see, I'll just show you a little bit of, you know, the chat. So let me just scroll up here. So we pretty much spoke to him a little bit, just blur his names, a blacking and everything, can't show any of this stuff, but he pretty much said himself, you know, yeah, dating apps doesn't really work here. He said for France it's probably better to do Instagram, so we do Instagram approach him. We took the Instagram route, as you can see here. You know, we're running his Instagram account, we're helping him with that. Instagram is the king of modern dating, I'd say. It's taking over the dating apps, even I'm using, as you can see here. I'm talking to quite a few girls now on there. I'd say France, if you want to get good results, go to fucking, you know, do it in Instagram or night game. Stay away from the apps. It's, you know, the apps can get you results, but it's just not the best. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay. It's okay. That's it. So I'm going to put it in C tier. Doesn't mean it's impossible. It's okay. The next one on the list, UK. So for this case study, I suppose we could just use myself, you know, and Max's results. So UK is pretty good. You get sexy girls. I'm not going to deny it. They're ugly. They're bitchy, bro. I mean, look at this girl. She's telling me to tattoo my face on her. Like, I'm not doing that, bro. You can. And then obviously, you know, you get like some good girls, you know, that say some crazy stuff here or there. It's pretty straightforward, as you can see. It's pretty standard stuff. The girls do have a bit of a high maintenance attitude. Like, how am I sending pictures of my car to this girl? And she's like, it is yes, right? Do you know what I mean? Like, and then you have this other girl who's completely obsessed with me and won't leave me alone. And then you have, you know, this other girl who's traveling. But yeah, so when it comes to the UK, you can get good results. The girls have good personalities. They're pretty solid, but for how much work you have to put in, it is a little bit tricky to get the hotter girls. I'm going for obviously like the 8s, the 9s, and the 10s. So obviously I'm putting a legwork in. If you go for like the 6s and the 5s and the 7s, you're fine. You're not gonna have any problems at all. It's a good country to be in if you want to get, you know, good personality out of women. Because I will say, UK girls have the most personality out of any other girls in the world. I'm sorry, but like, it's the truth. Yeah, they don't look the best, but they are sexy. They have great personalities. They know how to handle their drinks. They know how to have a good date, and they have a good time. So for that reason, I'm going to put it in B tier, not A tier, because that would be a bias. I'd say if you want to get model tier woman, go to, let's say, something like Spain or America. Okay, I'm being completely unbiased and honest here about my home UK, even though I'm actually from Afghanistan, but we all know that you can't date in Afghanistan. That would probably be an I. Anyway, moving on. Coming up to the next one, Hungary. Hungary is crazy. There's a lot of higher level girls there, but the volume is definitely not as good. So because of that reason, I am going to put it in B tier, but my reasoning is pretty simple and straightforward for it. You get hot women there. There's pretty solid things. So we had a guy we worked with there.
Now I know.
Now you've got the optimization. What would you rate the optimization out of 10 then?
I mean, before I had like 30, 40 likes in like 2 months. Right now I got like more than 100 in less than 1 day. So it is crazy. It is absolutely, it's unbelievable.
He had pretty significant results. The girls he was matching were very hot, but again, problem was there's just not enough people there. That's it. So that's why I put it in B tier. Next one, we have Austria. So Austria is obviously something that is similar to Switzerland, I would say. A lot of hot, high tier women, that high maintenance. Let me show you obviously some proof of that as well, of the people we worked with. So we had a guy there that was from Switzerland, and he was visiting Austria, and literally he said it was exactly the same as you can see over here. His results and his experience was quite interesting. They were quite sexual, they responded quite well, but they weren't willing to meet straight up. I would say with Austria, it's one of those countries that's just all right. If you're looking to get obviously the best dating results, again, stick to the A tier countries, not the B tier, baby, because the B tier is more average. If you're going out of your way to date women, right, you want to go to the A tier and the S tier countries. But if you're like stuck in these countries and you obviously can't relocate and you're dating, you can get results in all of them. All of these countries are fine to get results in, so if anyone's getting any limiting beliefs, that's not true. So next up on the list, we have Canada. Canada is an interesting one because it's a very liberal country. You get a lot of fucking women, right? You know, there's some good results. We have a guy that we work with there. His name, I'll just call him A for this video. I'll show you his chat now. I'll say Canada, the only problem is it's a very liberal country. As you can see, these are his results. You know, he's getting quite a few matches, quite a few dates. So he's some girls on, you know, in his using the apps in Canada. I'll say the problem with Canada is it's just not as good as this Big Brother America. I'd say Canada is going to have to go, unfortunately, into B tier because it's just shit because it's liberal. You have to verify. You struggle with the apps. It's very hard to game them. But the girls are that easy to shag. It's just a shitty America, bro. I'll be fucking honest with you. Like, it's just dog shit compared to America, you know, in competition. Like, just, that's it. It's just a shitty America. So, next up, we have Australia. So, with Australia, it's pretty good. There's a lot of hot girls there. They're very slutty. Let me show you some of the results we had with this guy that is from Australia. As you can see over here, he had 109 likes. Let me quickly flick through his chat. So as you can see over here, this is our guy, obviously from Australia. He's doing very, very well. He's barely able to keep up with the results himself. He had like something like 50 likes on Hinge. He said it's pretty devious. I would say it's one of the best countries you can go to if you want, you know, hot, slutty, degenerate woman. Not a place where you're going to find your wife, but you know, who is watching this channel to find their wife, right? So that places it in fucking A tier. I'll be honest with you, Mogs America because the girls actually have personality and they're not brain dead. It's better than Sweden because the girls are more open about having their legs open. And it's better than Poland because they can actually speak English. So it's pretty banging. Next up, we have Japan. So with Japan, the girls are very conservative. It's not for everyone and the rating does vary from person to person. It's pretty interesting, and I would say Japanese girls do also prefer white guys or they prefer their own race. So obviously if you're not one of those people obviously of that ethnic group, you're probably going to struggle. So I'm going to have to put this one in C tier with France. Next up, we have Mexico. Mexico. So obviously the girls are decent. They're worse than obviously North America, right? And they're more ratchet, you know, they're more retarded. We have a guy there as well that we've got a set from, you know, probably should not be showing this on YouTube, but I'm kind of retarded. Anyway, let's go. So there's a lot more Latinas there. So if you're into Latinas, we have a guy called Andres, let's call him that. And I'll show you some crazy shit. Just make sure you blur that to you. You know what to do because YouTube doesn't like that. So yeah, we have this guy, as you can see over here. I'll just show you his chat briefly. Unfortunately, I can't grab the messages. So yeah, we had this guy, as you can see over here. You know, he came to us, Andres. Here's a little clip of him, you know, clarting a ting. I say Mexico, if you want Latinas, go there because it's going to get you Latinas. And the girls, they're happy with just about anything. You know, you don't need money to slay in Mexico. Just make sure you don't get your organs stolen or some shit. I think that's South America, but same thing. Anyways, next one, Romania. So with Romania, I've decided we're going to put that in C tier. That's the next one up. Romania has a lot of bimbo girls, right? You know, that love money. They're gold digger warriors. It's kind of a shit country. You know, if you don't have money, don't go there because they want you to spend money on them. If you have money, you should go there because it's so easy to pour there. That's why a lot of unattractive guys go there to get girls that don't have money. That a lot of unattractive guys go there which have a lot of money to slay. Because you have money, that's the only thing that determines whether you win or not. Now the next one I'm gonna put in C tier again, and it's Russia. Right? So again, same thing again. A lot of guys are fighting in the war in Ukraine or some garbage. So if you want to swoop in and get yourself some Russian models, absolutely go for it. But again, gold digger central. Same problem as Romania. Be prepared. So next up we have Italy, right? So I'm gonna put Italy in B tier. So here's some girls, as you can see, in Italy. They're quite attractive. They're quite good looking girls here or there. You know, you're still going to get the ugly girls, obviously. But I'd say for the most part, as you can see, the girls are quite hot. I would definitely place Italy, you know, around the B tier category for that reason. And it's just one of those places where, you know, you can do really well, have some really good dates, and you can potentially even meet wifey girls. And the girls, unfortunately, are more conservative, unfortunately. So with Italy, you just got to be prepared for that. The girls are more conservative. Don't text too crazy, but when it comes to a date, they'll sleep with you straight away. Very easy, straightforward stuff. So next up, we have Thailand. So Thailand, I'm going to put bang in on C tier. My reasoning is pretty much that these girls are green card warriors. It's shit. Gold digger central. Once again, the tourists are the only reason why I'd go to Thailand. We have some proof from this guy who's in Thailand right now. Let me just quickly show that to you real quick. So we have this guy, as you can see over here, obviously from Thailand. He's doing quite well. His results are pretty crazy. He's got a good couple thousand likes or whatever. So Thailand's pretty good, but I'd say the only problem with Thailand is that you're going to be dating girls that are from the actual country itself. I think a lot of guys don't really give a about that. Plus, girls from Thailand aren't even that attractive. So if you're going there, bear in mind that you're going to be dating girls from your own country probably, because that's usually what most people do. They date the girls that are traveling there. So next up, we have India. India is going straight into D tier. That country, it is so boring to text on, and the girls are way too difficult to deal with. The results just suck. I mean, we have a guy called Prev. His results were pretty solid. He got a few girls here or there. He was a 5'2" Indian that we worked with. It was pretty straightforward stuff. You got a good couple of dates. So with India, unfortunately, the results are just not very great because the girls are very difficult. I went to India myself and I made a Hinge account. The girls worshipped me and loved me. But of course, you know, I'm 6'3", I'm a Westerner. But even then, they were very conservative and they weren't that attractive. So yeah. Bear in mind, India is a weird place. Next one, we have Dubai. Crazy one, I know, surprising. It's going straight into D tier because the girls are paid for there. Dating isn't great. The girls are going to try and sell you into some garbage sex thing. You know, they're going to try and sleep with you for money. Just don't go there if you're expecting to have an easy sex. The girls are just going to, you know, try and use you for your money. And, you know, if you want to on girls, then feel free to do that if you want to pay them. Next up, we have Saudi Arabia. Going straight into I tier, unusable. Dating apps are prohibited. Can't even use it. It's fucking pointless. And then the last but not least, Greece. So I'm actually going to put Greece in C tier. I actually do like Greece women quite a bit. They're a lot more wifey material. They're quite hot, but the sluts, there isn't many there. The only sluts there are usually the tourists on holidays. I do like Greece. I think it's great if you're looking for a long-term partner. Go there if you want wifey material girls that will cook for you. So I'd say that's pretty much my tier list for this video. I'd say of the countries of all of the guys I've worked with, as you can see from here. You can use that information to what you want to obviously do with your dating life and if you have the ability to relocate. So yeah, I would say the best country has to be Spain. I would say Spain is a killer. And then obviously these countries are pretty good as well. Actually, I'm going to bump Australia up to S tier. I'd say Australia's pretty good, but I think Spain is the best because the reason is you can find wifey girls there, you can find there. It's pretty solid. Whereas Australia, you're only going to find girls. Sweden's alright. It's A tier because there's good results there, but again, they're a bit too conservative on text. Poland is alright, but you know, they are a bit of a boring people to text. And you know, if you're an English speaking guy, you're going to struggle. America, A tier because it's very depending on the state you're from. B tier, I'm going to reorganize this now. So I'm actually going to put, let's say, Italy at the top because it's pretty solid. Then I'm going to put UK here. I'm just going to reorganize because UK, you can get a lot of dates out of it. Like I said, a lot of women, you pull them as they're recessed and they look a little bit ugly, the girls who are there. But, you know, if you're into that look, you know, if you remember this girl called Bella that I dated, you can put pictures up on the screen. You know, if you like that kind of look, then yeah, that's fine. You can go for that as well. Then I'm going to place Netherlands because Netherlands is pretty solid. There's some good looking girls there in the mix and the bunch. Then I'm going to place Austria. Then I'm going to put Germany. Then I'm going to put Switzerland. Actually, no, I'm going to put Hungary. Actually, no, I don't think I'm going to put Austria there. Let me do it again. So next I'm going to put Germany off the Netherlands, then Hungary. Then I'm going to place Austria. Then I'm going to place Switzerland. And then lastly, I'm going to put Canada because I think Canada is just a bit of a joke of a country, I'll be honest with you. Then we have C tier. So obviously in C tier, I'm going to say France is at the top of the C tier list. Mexico is great if you want Latinas, but that's it. That's about pretty much everything. Russia, I'd say, definitely goes at the back. Thailand is going to be in front of Russia, I'd say. I'd say Greece, it comes second in my opinion, and then I would say Mexico is pretty good, and then we're going to put Thailand here. Russia is going to go here, Romania over here, and then Japan is only good if you're white or you're, you know, Japanese. I'd say that's my C tier. I would say India is pretty fucking shit, but I would say it's better than Dubai, unironically. And then Saudi is Saudi, obviously. So yeah, that is my actual final ranking tier list. So hopefully this video helped you to obviously see what countries are the best to relocate to for your dating results. And you now know where to live if you want to slay absolute bitches, because that's pretty definitive tier list from a guy who's done, you know, dating all around the world and has helped people around the world. So anyways, I'm going to go back to texting my bitches on Instagram, and I'm going to go and sleep with 2 girls tonight and have a threesome. So yeah, thanks for watching this video. Hopefully that can help you out. Bye!